I'm going to walk you through Zing's chat interface and show you how you can customize it and put guardrails on it using metrics, definitions, and relationships that might be important to you and your business. For instance, you might want to introduce the concept of days of inventory or the concept of return on ad spend, or you might just have internal ways that you refer to something or relationships you want to specify between tables or fields in your data. Let's take a look at how all this works together. First, we're going to start with a simple Excel file that's got orders, ads that we've spent money on and who they've reached, returns, which orders were returned, and people, like salespeople on the team. Now, we're going to upload this data source just as an Excel, but we could easily be connecting to live data in a Google BigQuery, Starburst, Trino, SQL Server, Snowflake, Databricks, Redshift, and so on. Our data source is uploaded, and we can immediately begin querying it. We just click Start Querying here, and we can ask questions via chat, or visually, or with a SQL IDE. In this case, though, I'm going to just ask a question like, show me the total dollar value of orders by city for customers in California or New York. Now, you'll notice here I actually misspelled California and I misspelled New York, and I never actually told Zing that those are of the state field. But it figures it out based on doing an inverse lookup and doing spell correction and semantic mapping between what I typed in and things that are likely spell corrections of that. So now I've gotten a quick result here of dollar value of orders split by city for California or New York. I'll say also add Arizona. It will update that query, update the filters, and it's showing me all the filters at the top so I can see exactly what it's doing. Now, of course I can ask follow-on questions here with natural language, like only the top 3, and it will update and give me that result. It also summarizes the key points in natural language up here. But I can edit any of these things visually, so I can see exactly what it's doing, and maybe I want to change the way the chart looks. So I'll go here and hit edit and say, well, maybe I don't want to actually look at total sales by city. I actually want to look at them instead split by ship mode, and maybe I actually want to go look at the discounts that I'm applying for each of those different shipping modes. Like, am I discounting slower, faster shipments? And I'll change this so instead of a bar chart, it's maybe a stacked bar, so I can see it a little bit more easily. And I see that, actually no discount, this 0 discount, or a 20% discount are kind of the most common amounts, and I can kind of see that at a quick glance. I also could change how this is displayed. So for instance, maybe I want to see this as a donut chart. If I'd like, I could save it, add it to a dashboard, and so on. I'm going to introduce the concept of ROAS, or return on ad spend, to Zing. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go over here to my console. I'll click on my data source, and then I'll click examples. And I'll hit add new example. And I'll say, show me return on ad spend by customer name. So I've defined ROAS here using the SQL formula here, and maybe I'll say ROAS by customer name, and I'll hit save. And now if I go to Zing and ask a question like, what is ROAS by customer name? Of course, it will show me that, but I can also now build on this concept and definition that I introduced to it, and maybe as a subsequent question, I'll ask for what is ROAS by city? And you'll notice actually that it will take that calculation that I've defined and generalize here now that I've asked for it by city. And I can see that there's certain cities where I have really, really good return on ad spend, and I'll say show me the lowest. And maybe there's certain cities where spending money on online ads or ads out elsewhere just doesn't make sense. So I can see my return on ad spend in another city is actually really bad. I can also ask questions that require Zing to understand relationships between data, like joins. So I'll say, show me the total dollar value of returns by city. And in this case, it actually needs to join the data from my returns table to the data about all my orders. And it does that for me, and the cool thing is I can always see exactly what it's doing. So here, if I hit edit on this question I asked about returns, I can actually see that Zing joined my orders table to my returns table, and I can see the join relationship that it created. It joined on order ID and did an inner join between those two. Great, that's exactly what I wanted it to do, and I can always see and verify what it's doing. Similarly, up here, where it was asking about ROAS, well, maybe I want to see its exact calculation for ROAS, even though I had already defined it. Maybe I just want to see it and be super confident that it did the right thing. So I can see that it correctly pulled from my orders table and my ad spend table. It did that join, and it did the calculation for ROAS. I can click the edit icon here to see exactly which calculation it did in order to compute that. So this gives you a sense of how Zing can use examples you provided, do joins on the fly and calculations on the fly, and do all of that in the construct of an easy-to-use natural language interface where you can always edit it visually, or if you want, you can always edit it with SQL in order to have full control and full visibility into your data. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team, support@getzingdata.com, and you can try this out at zingdata.com today.